Now we go to Nakpanduri because masked gunmen dressed in police uniforms have attacked motorists traveling on the Nalerigu-Nakpanduri highway this morning in the northeast region. Victims of the attack said the robbers mounted roadblocks and one rider was shot for attempting to breach the blockade. The incident, according to the victims, occurred around Sakogu near Nakpanduri, and that the attackers were able to seize huge sums of money from the travelers, some of whom said they were beaten. We get more from our correspondent Ilyasu Tanko. Those are pictures coming from the area of the attack. Hello, Ilyasu. Hello, Ilyasu. If you do hear me, what do we know at this point? Tell us.
Well, what we know is that this morning, gunmen were told they were dressed in police uniform. They attacked travelers. Were traveling from Nalerigu to Nakpanduri, and they succeeded in robbing huge sums of money. We've been able to speak to some of the victims who escaped this particular attack, and they told us that the gunmen mounted roadblocks on that segment of the road, and they stopped many people who were traveling to Nakpanduri precisely, and they took their money away from them. Some traders who also spoke to us said they were beaten by these gunmen. We
were also told that one of them was shot. The one riding the motorbike was shot. Do we know the situation right now? How is he?
Well, this person, we are told that he was traveling from Nakpanduri to Nalerigu, and when he got there, he thought these gunmen were police officers, apparently because the way they were dressed. And when he stopped and realized that they were robbers, he attempted to breach this particular roadblock that was mounted on the road, and he got shot. As we speak, this particular individual, we have not been able to identify him, but we have had confirmation from several people who witnessed this horrific attack.
And what's the police in the area saying about this incident?
Well, speaking to the police in the area have confirmed to us that they have received this kind of report from that area, but they are saying that they have deployed men to that particular road. They are saying that this is something that has been occurring, and they are doing all they could to, stop this particular attack.
And regarding the uniform, the so-called police uniform they were wearing, the eyewitnesses or those who were attacked, how do they really describe the uniform? Are they distinct police uniforms, with all the regalia that comes with it, or did they think, how really did they explain it to you?
Well, this is not the first time that residents or travelers are claiming that robbers dress in security uniforms and pretend as if they are security men and pretend to rob travelers. We've been getting reports, some claiming that the robbers sometimes dress as military men. They mount roadblocks on the road. And tend to attack the attacker. And so this is not a distinct story that we've been getting from residents of that particular area. Remember, some time ago, residents of Wundua in that particular area also protested against this particular incident. And so they are saying that these robbers dressed in full military or security regalia, they get the police top or the military top, they get their boots, they get their shorts, and they dress precisely like security men, but immediately they are able to slow down their target, they rob them.
Ilyasu, thank you very much for trying to get the police, the divisional commander in the area to get more details on this particular story. But if you're just joining in, we're told that traders on the road of Nakpanduri highway have been attacked by gunmen allegedly wearing police uniforms who mounted roadblocks and took all the money from the traders after beating them. One person, we understand, has been shot who was on a motorbike and tried to breach the roadblock. and get some more on it. I've been joined on the line by DSP Maisa Clay. He is the district commander for the Gambaga police. DSP, are you there?
Yes.
Very well. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Now, what do we know about this robbery attack, which we understand happened on the road to Nakpanduri?
Yes, it actually happened at a spot just after Nalerigu. After a spot near Nalerigu.
Okay.
This morning at about 7 a.m. we had a report that some young men, a number of young men were robbing someone at a spot near just after Nalerigu. So we quickly mobilized, swiftly responded to this attack. But the attackers had fled before police actually got there. However, our on-the-spot investigation revealed that some few minutes to 7 o'clock, a rider by name Augustine Atta was riding his motorbike from Nalerigu towards another village called Sakogu, when 3 men jumped onto the road at a spot which is the surface is quite bad, so he couldn't speak. So they accosted him, searched him, and robbed him of 350 Ghana cedis. After which they jumped back into the bush. Basically, that's what happened.
So, what do we know about these attackers? We're told that they are armed. What does the police? What has the police gathered? Yeah.
Yes, according to the complainant or the victim, so to speak, the attackers were armed with locally manufactured pistols.
And we also know, well, they're also saying that they were wearing police, or they were dressed in police uniforms.
No, according to the victim, they were dressed in a black uniform, just looking like a police uniform, but not dressed in police uniform. Their uniform, they were dressed just like police, but they had hoods on.
So they had dressed in police, or something that looks like police uniform, but
yeah, exactly, look like police uniform.
That's what those victims tell you.
That's the description the victim gave to.
And so far, what has police done to apprehend these people who have bought it?
Yes, we are working on intelligence to pick them up. We are picking some intelligence, and so we surely pick them up.
Okay. And for those who have been robbed, what happens to them? Are you taking statements, providing any sort of psychological support for them? Because there is a child there as well.
Yeah, exactly. We've opened the docket, and then we are supporting the victim as well in stable condition as well.
Okay. But before we let you go, DSP Maisa, we understand that this is not a new thing on this particular stretch of road. Are there any plans to mount perhaps proper police, roadblocks here to check some of what is happening? Or is it that the police there is overwhelmed, they don't have the resources?
Yes, to be honest with you, it used to be rampant. But since we took delivery of patrol vehicles and we've been patrolling the road, it is an isolated case. This particular has been an isolated case. And we are patrolling the road. We have a barrier at a village called Sakogu, which is very effective. So we are intensifying our patrols, and we hope to do this very bad cancer in the bag.
Very well. We'll keep an eye on it and hopefully report as well when the gentlemen who have fled are found and arrested.
Thank
you. DSP Maisa Clay is District Commander, Police Commander for Gambaga. They're bringing us an update on the robbery that happened at Sakogu, on a spot in Sakogu near Nalerigu.